Hey, it's mrXirish here with another battle gameplay. Today we're featuring the Battle of the Ostrau Mines between the forces of the French Empire and the Austrian Empire. Leading the forces of the French today is Marshal Louis d'Avon, and leading the forces of the Austrians today is General Joseph Philip Vukasovic. We are situated about maybe 100 miles southeast of Prague, Bohemia, in a mining settlement called the Ostrau Mines. I have had the territory of Bohemia for about 3 or 4 turns now. When I really needed money, I looted Prague, and there was an Austrian force that raided this mine and just kind of sat themselves in the middle of nowhere, so I decided to attack them since this army was fully reinforced with no real losses in terms of troops. So that's where we find ourselves today. If you look at my army today, I have 3 units of artillery, all 12-pounders. I have a grand battery here, and I also have a battery down here with my left wing. My left wing here is a unit, as I said, of artillery with 3 units of fusiliers. I want to have them take the town. I want to have them take the town and just kind of be able to force the Austrians to somehow deal with me instead of just putting all my forces and allowing the Austrians to completely just come at me. I have 4 units of Mexican battalions, kind of a brigade of foreign Mexican troops here. I have 2 units of reserves, really my grenadiers, my 57th Regiment, and my 24th. I have a attack column here with 420 men that can really deliver a decisive morale shock. I have also my right side here, mainly part of my center, 3 units of fusiliers. And I have 3 units of cavalry, some hussars, some Chevalier lancers, and some Polish lancers. Look at the Austrian army today. They have, as always, those very big Austrian battalions of 300 men. They have some lancers, some uhlans here, and they have 2 or 3 artillery battalions with their general staff in the distance, and some more light cavalry in the distance, which is the same combination of those large 300 men strong, 270 men strong, light infantry and line infantry battalions of Austrian troops. Before the battle begins, I once again want to give a plug for Reddit. If you haven't visited Reddit, I'll put a link in there right now, especially subreddit Total War. A lot of people have been joining, I think maybe 20 or 30 since my last video. I know I probably haven't, not many of them have been because of my video, but if they have, that's good. And I really encourage any of my viewers to check out and make an account. It's really easy. You don't even have to put your email in. It's a really cool place where people share questions, funny little anecdotes from Total War, and any just kind of general Total War little tidbits, including pictures, videos, and I think it would be really cool if the Total War subreddit would turn into more of a sharing place where people post their videos and stuff, rather than the 4 different forums that people use. So remember to check out subreddit Total War on reddit.com. So for the battle today, as I said before, my left wing is moving into town. Hopefully I can get this artillery battery in position soon to face off against these 3 units of approaching troops. But there are some uhlans there that are approaching that we'll check in a bit. I'm moving my reserves kind of to the right more. They were over here, but I kind of switched them with the attack column, because if they do put the Austrians approach a good portion of their army to my right side of my center, all I'm going to have to counter them is 3 units of fusiliers. So I'll have some grenadiers there to help counter them, as long as the attack column as well. So we got some Austrian lancers here, so I'll go ahead and attack them. I usually don't do cavalry on cavalry, but hopefully what I'm going to do is bring a line infantry unit right here, put them into a square, and if I attack them with my lancers, hopefully they'll kind of fall back and then fall right back into my square. And if they don't, I'll just attack with my infantry, along with my cavalry as well. So I put 1 unit in the town hall here, 1 unit in the house, and I'm going to set up these artillery very soon so they can attack some of these approaching Austrian troops. And all we have in my center is they brought a unit of line infantry, and all my Mexican regiments or battalions will be giving volley fire, as long as I'll probably put 1 unit of artillery with canister shot. Hopefully they will win this little engagement here, so I can bring another battalion troops to help out against these approaching units. If I can get 1 or 2 rounds of grape shot, that'd be very nice. As you can see how close they end out, and how close and clumped together there. It'd be really devastating if I could get 1 or 2 rounds of canister shot. Nothing really happening on my center, my right wing, besides this 1 unit of Austrian light infantry. You can really see the grape shot there. They lost about 40 men, so that worked out as well. I will use the kind of expedite artillery fire button. I think I get 3 of those per battle for this battery, so. And I was going to attack right away with my Lancers, but I decided not to because they still have 300 men, or 270 men, really, in that battalion of troops, and that's a difficult task for 80 Lancers, so I'll bring in some Fusiliers to help give some volley fire as well. You can see right there that took out about half of their battalion, so a devastating blow right there. That 1 unit that approached my center is retreating as well, losing over half their men with grape shot to help. Marshal Devil still hiding, not hiding, but covered behind the town hall here, so he is safe. I'm going to bring my cavalry over here to get in a better flanking position. My 3rd Lancer Squadron. I'm going to reposition my artillery, so I'm going to take them off of, I guess, active duty and bring them over this area more. Excuse me. And I'm going to bring all the troops out of the various houses and have them advance into this little corridor right here, because I can see there's about 1 or 2 units advancing, Austrian units advancing. So, and I'm attacking with my cavalry Lancers now. So hopefully they will be able to take out those Deutsch light infantry units fighting for Austria. My artillery doing a good job here. We have height as an advantage, so let's lay down some covering fire, some covering artillery fire. I'll go ahead and bring Marshal Devil over here to help with any morale issues. Looks like some of my troops are helping us as well with some infantry, but we are facing some Austrian artillery fire. I just saw 1 or 2 rounds hit that house right there. So we got to watch out for that and get out of this area quick, or I'll have hopefully I can get a cavalry unit out there. I'm going to bring my Polish Lancers down here in case another unit of cavalry is needed. And it looks like we got a little more action going on in my center. Got 1 or 2 Austrian forces approaching my center, and now some volley fire going on my right. I'll go ahead and get these light cavalry hussars in position to flank them. I'll bring the 1 battalion of grenadiers to help with them as well. And I'll lay down some canister shot against these approaching troops, Austrian troops. Looks like we got that 1 battalion to retreat, but unfortunately my Lancers, my Chevalier Girls, are retreating as well. But they were able to help in the early stage of the battle, so good job for them there. Solid volley fire exchange here. My troops, my artillery battery, the 11th Foot Artillery, their morale is starting to lack, so I decided to put them behind these houses, and eventually they'll come up here and give artillery fire to their center when they're retreating to give them even more losses. My Mexican regiment's still holding strong. My attack column, my reserve's still ready. They've already lost about 70 men there. I'll get my Polish Lancers in position to flank. If I can defeat them on their right, I'll really be able to flank them now, flank their center. That is, if my defenses don't already repel them by the time I'm able to flank them. Let's see the grape shot going on there in the distance. We got one to retreat, and here come my Polish Lancers. We got some morale issues over here, but I will bring Marshal Devil. He's right there to help with morale, and there come Polish Lancers. I'll have an infantry charge as well. Now I can get some grape shot here in this little area. This is going to be really devastating. Look at 300 men packed in that little square. So we'll go ahead and see how this happens. Right there, that took about almost half of their battalion out, so good job there by the artillery. And my hussars there chasing after their battalions, Austrian battalions there as I flank them. Still 80 hussars remaining. That one grenadier battalion I brought over to help, I'm also kind of swinging them around now to give 2 angles of volley fire coming against these Deutsch line infantry units. My center Grand Battery is still holding strong, as well as the Mexican brigade. I'm getting this attack column ready. After a couple more rounds of Mexican volley fire, I will probably just charge these units with my, well, probably 1 or 2 units of grape shot against these 2 units. Then I'll attack with my attack column, because this is a perfect position when these units are a teeny bit weaker to attack with my attack column. You can see I really basically won the town and defeated their right, and now kind of begin a general flank over their center. You can see all the fallen Austrian troops that filled my grape shot. I'll go ahead and bring my artillery battery here, right in front of this house. I'll have my Polish Lancers still kind of harass their retreating troops in order to prevent a larger army from attacking in the future, or if I want to attack them again to wholly wipe out their army, it'll be even less men, or less of a hassle. I'm bringing all the left wing of the Fusiliers on the left wing, kind of bringing them around and forming them right here so that they can lay down some covering fire against the retreating Austrian troops. You can see there goes the attack column, but unfortunately I had them charge a little late as these units are already retreating. So now I'll just have my Grand Battery of troops on the hill there, lay some fire on their cavalry in the distance. And really I can begin a general advance here, as I advance my Fusiliers, my Grenadiers, my 1 unit of reserves here. I'll keep artillery there for now. Bring Marshal Devil up here in a bit. I'll probably try to get some of their cavalry here, or get some of their artillery, excuse me, with my Polish Lancers. Looks like they got some 6-pounders there, general staff there. Some are 12-pounders here in the distance, some 6-pounders. But looks like the computer does not want to use that unit, so. Fortunately, maybe not, but it looks like I bet you some of these units will regain their morale. I mean, that battalion still has half their men. That battalion. You can see my troops advancing. My attack column is still with almost an entirely full battalion. I'll begin advancing the Mexican brigade here in a bit. And I'm leaving town now to return to the battlefield, but join in the general advance. Have my left wing join. I'll open up my artillery here in a bit to lay down some fire. There's Marshal Devil, still safe and sound. My hussars here.
Our men are running, sir.
Looks like they got some lucky artillery shots on my 12-pounders, so they're retreating. So that is unfortunate, but we will continue advancing my left wing along with my Mexican troops, attack column, fusiliers on the right, and the grenadiers on the right. I'll keep harassing them with my 7th Light Cavalry Squadron of Hussars. I got their 1st Horse Artillery Battery there in the distance. Now I'm attacking their only actually active artillery battery to wipe them out to limit the covering fire on my advancing troops. Still full general, not full, but 24 men left in the Austrian general staff for General Vukasovic. And I don't know where these Austrian troops came from. They must have been hiding or something. Looks like we got a couple full battalions of Austrian troops. So I'll bring up my troops are advancing as it is. So. Now I can focus my artillery fire on the remaining Austrian forces. Looks like we got some Austrian light cavalry. Put my units into the square. I decided foolishly to charge. And we are retreating. So I'll advance both of the grenadier battalions. Just withdrawing my lancers and my other cavalry unit there in the distance just a teeny bit, so that they still have a good strong amount of men in case, for whatever reason, when I get up here with my pretty large Romanian army, they start to fail. So I'll just bring in my cavalry then. I still got a battalion or a squadron of horses right here of hussars. I don't know why they're not showing up, but they are there. I kind of made the decision a while ago because I realized that I think campaign battles are starting to get a little old. So after this campaign is finished with Napoleon, I'm going to have to take off the Elemante de l'Empire mod, unless I can find a bunch of people who you have the mod who play online. But there's so many little little different things that people do with different mods they choose in the launcher that I think I'm just going to take the whole mod off so that I can play more Napoleon Total War online games, because I feel that online games are really much more challenging and experiencing type oriented thing, because you're actually playing against live people, not just this computer AI where you saw over there they just had an artillery battery just sitting there. So hopefully that will be a kind of interesting thing, because I've been doing that with medieval and people seem to really like that. So after this campaign is completed, I will start playing some Napoleon online battles. But in the future, don't worry, I'm probably going to do a 1812 or 1815 Let's Play on behalf of the French forces. Probably 1815 because that seems kind of cool. But it'll probably be the end of campaign battles against the computer. And then I realized that you can see there their forces are withdrawing, and I do not want them to let them have a significant army if I attack them again. So I'm just doing a full, everyone's advancing as fast as they can, along with the attack column, but my 2 cavalry troops as cavalry units as well. So the Battle of Ostrau Mines is already won for the most part. So go ahead and fast forward here. Just gonna take out these battery troops, because then they'll not have any units to regenerate with, I guess, because artillery units are always annoying to wait, 5 turns to get any cannons, 6-pounder, 12-pounders, and such. So all I'm really worried about now is this unit of light infantry battalion, Grenadiers, because these skirmishes are Jaggers. Sorry if I mispronounced them. Our skirmishes are already too far out and they're fast, so I'm not going to try to chase them down with my cavalry. And hopefully, I'll be able to. My attack column, you can see, is running. They're eager to fight. They are running, so hopefully they'll get there in time to help wipe out these troops. And the general staff is there as well, General Vukasovic. So we'll go ahead and watch this last part of the Battle of Ostrau Mines. There comes the attack column in the distance.
Our men are running, sir!
With 417 men still in their battalion. General Vukasovic has fallen, and this battalion is retreating as well. But to our luck, there's still an Austrian unit alive here, so I'll go ahead and skip to the battle. Skip ahead until I have a cavalry unit take them out or something. In that distant skirmisher, Austrian skirmisher battalion in the distance was able to leave the battlefield before my cavalry units could get them. So you can see my full army in the former position of the Austrian forces. So that should bring a victory here in a bit. And it will. So that is a victory for the French at the Battle of the Ostrau Mines between the forces of the French and the Austrians. The victory for Marshal Louis Devon. As you can see, they had about 700 more men than me. I only lost 800 men, and they lost nearly 3,000. Look at unit stats here. It looks like the Polish Lancers, Hussars had a lot of kills too, but the Polish Lancers with 505 kills are the battle unit of the day. So that will bring an end to the battle. Once again, encourage you to check out the Total War subreddit at reddit.com, reddit.com. So that's my little plug for that. So that will force the Austrians out of the Bohemia region and really, I guess, weaken their forces defending Vienna, as Napoleon and the army from Italy, after the Battle of the Caltanissetta vineyard was finished. We've got 3 armies now approaching Vienna, so hopefully the invasion of Austria will be successful in the next couple of battles. So other than that, thanks for watching. This is mrXirish. I'll have another video out soon.